and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at a double dragon line for the Sunshine Cup, and I had a lot of fun with this one. Actually, I went 4-1, 3-2, 3-2. This is a 10-5 with this team, which is kind of wild to be fair, because we are running the Shadow Flygon. You see it on the right side. It's actually a 100% Shadow Pokemon, because I didn't have a better one anymore, like the one that I had before for Great League is now my Ultra League version for Flygon, and yeah, so I kind of had to basically use the one that I have left for this one. I really want to use Double Dragon, so this is the reason why I had to go for my Flygon here. Thing is, in this meta, there are not really a lot of Steel types. The only Steel type that's available is Galarian Stunfisk, which definitely doesn't want to get hit by one Earth Power. Or also, I guess, Sand Tomb after a while, I don't know. But otherwise, there are no Fairy types available, really. I think the only one that's available is Whimsicott. I don't know if there's any other Fairy type. There's no Fire Fairy type, and I don't think there's a Ground Fairy type as well. So, for that reason, we're going to have a pretty easy time here using Dragon-type Pokemon in this meta. As you see there, Girafarig just gonna get farmed down by our double Dragon-tail duo there with the Dragon-tail version of Garchomp, which is funny because, like, nobody expects this Pokemon at all. And of course, the Flygon. Which Pokemon is better, Flygon or Garchomp? For sure, the Flygon. Garchomp was still a lot of fun to use, and it's not like the huge difference, but I guess the Shadow bonus really helps with the extra Dragon Tail damage here. As you're going to see as well, they're going to be forced to shield this move up, and Dragon Tail from Flygon just hits super hard. Highly recommend you the Flygon. Garchomp is still a lot of fun to use. It wasn't like the craziest Pokemon ever, but Flygon is really strong in this current meta, as you're going to see here a lot of times as well. We can just farm them all the way down, have a move start here right now. Should've went, I'm actually gonna go for the Earth Power here. I thought the opponent had more health left on their Munchlax, definitely was in Dragon Claw range as well. Going to go ahead and go into my Garchomp now, because I want to debuff the opponent first. Garchomp can take a Body Slam here. Of course, Garchomp is a squishy Pokemon for this meta. This is not really meta where you usually see a Garchomp, you only really see it in the Master League. So kind of funny to see it in the Open Great League here, or like the Sunshine Cup, which is a Great League Cup. But as you can see here, we're going to have a great time. The opponent is forced to throw their Body Slams back to back, and there's literally zero chance for the opponent to win this game, as we are still our Flygon in the back, which is going to be able to farm them down. Next opponent, let's take a look at this one. We're going to see a Swampert in the lead. We're going to swap out into Flygon. You can stay in there if you want to, but against the Shadow variant, I'd rather go for the Dragon Tail damage, to be fair. If you didn't know, of course, I'm still a little bit sick with COVID, but I'm getting a little bit better now, so hopefully I'm going to be fine in like 1 or 2 days, which is going to be nice then for me. But right now, we're going to still be a little bit sick, so if my voice is a little bit different, I'm sorry for that. I cannot really change it. We're going to see here the Noctowl, not going to have the best matchup against us either. We're going to be able to knock them out as well. We have 2 shields disadvantage, but it's okay, because you're going to see the Vigoroth coming in. They're going to shield this move up most likely here, as we can swap out into our own Vigoroth, doing some nice damage with our fast move already. And I feel like this might be a fast move beatdown here. Let's take a look at this. We're going to be able to go for the Body Slam here, going to try to get some damage onto them. And they're going to actually shield this move up here, as they're going to catch the move onto the Swampert. This is totally fine for me. The opponent only has a little bit of health left onto their Vigoroth here. I will be able to get a Dragon Tail through, and I still have my Flygon left. So even if they go for 2 Body Slams and it won't knock me out, which it doesn't, I would still be able to go to my Flygon and farm down. But like this, it's going to be even easier for us to win this game. Next opponent, we're going to see a Vigoroth in the lead here. This is going to be not ideal, to be fair, but it's going to be okay. We're going to be able to just stay in here, because I don't really have to be too scared about like any Fairy types in the back or Steel types in the back, because our Pokemon can still kind of deal with that one there as well. We're going to see here the Vigoroth going for one Body Slam, knocking us out. Sadly, we had like the CMP tie lost there, which lost us the lead, but we're at least going to get some extra energy onto our Flygon, which can be pretty beneficial here as well. As you're going to see, not the best Pokemon for us. The jump off here against us is going to be a little bit difficult. They have, of course, a super effective fast move. Still doesn't do too much damage here either against us, but they can just knock us out with a 1 energy ball if they wanted to. Like this, I will be able to now get the shield from the opponent, going to be able to get them low, and I thought like, okay, I'm mostly just going to go onto my Garchomp now and try to win with that one. Turns out, I think if I actually don't think there was a way. Don't think there was a way to win this game here. Going to shield this move up here. I think my only play is to go for the Phantom bait here and then hopefully get to the full farm down or something. But they're going to shield this move up, of course. But there's not a lot that I can do here at this point of time. One Sky Tiger will be enough to knock us out here needy with the extra fast move damage. There's not a lot that we can do there. We just barely didn't reach the outrage, which wouldn't have mattered anyway. So good game there to my opponent. Of course, you cannot win them all. But here we're going to see another Girafarig in the lead. Another one with Confusion, which is interesting. I would have rather used Double Kick in this meta right now. Girafarig is actually an interesting Pokemon, maybe want to try it out as well, because you have access with Double Kick and Double Kick plus Psychic Fangs plus Thunderbolt is a really good core breaker in the current meta, so maybe I'm going to try this Pokemon out as well. Looks like a fun Pokemon to use. Psychic Fangs coming through here, going to get the debuff against us, of course. We're going to have now the Noctowl against our Flygon. We will be able to go and get the shield they expected, maybe a Stone Edge, which also Flygon would have, but I'd rather have the Earth Power here for a potential Galarian Stunfisk, even though most likely Stone Edge would have helped me out in a few more matchups. And here I'm just going to go ahead and go full on my Garchomp. I hope that Garchomp going to be able to win this for me. I actually thought I would get more energy advantage here, but I'm going to shield this move up from the opponent. They're going to stay in here, which is amazing for me. As you're going to see the Vigoroth coming in, we know that the Body Slam does around 50% of our health, so we're going to be able to go for an Outrage. It doesn't knock them out quite yet, but we know that we're going to survive this charge move here coming in. Body Slam going to not knock me out, and we can just farm them all the way down. Garchomp coming in clutch here, going to go for the Outrage and knocking them basically out there. Very, very nice stuff. We're going to see a Stunfisk there, but not the Galarian version, which is good to know, because now we know that there is not a Galarian version in the back either, because you cannot have both Stunfisk at the same team, which I find kind of sad, to be fair. I would love to run like double Muk or double Stunfisk with the regional form. Would be really cool, but sadly not possible in this game. Also not possible in the main series games, by the way, so like Niantic is not the main reason for this, because it usually goes by the dex number. They have the same dex number depending if, like, doesn't matter if they're regional form or normal form. So yeah, here we're going to see now the Noctowl. We have to get them low for our Garchomp, of course. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Body Slam spam. They're still forced to throw a charge move here, and we're going to be able to let this move go through, go into our Garchomp and farm them down. And we should be able to now shield up the charge move from the opponent, and hopefully still have a chance against the opponent's Stunfisk. Should go straight for the Phantom here, going over from my one, because I didn't want to give the opponent one extra fast move here. Maybe should have done that, because I would do more damage with my fast move already before then. But I don't think it really does matter. Here, sadly, they're going to go for the next move and the perfect timing as well, forcing me to overfarm by 2, which is really not ideal, so maybe I should have thrown there way earlier, because as you're going to see here right now, we're going to lose by a few HP, and I wonder if I went like directly for my Sandtomb debuffs instead of trying to get as much energy as possible, if I would have been able to win this game. I'm not sure about this one. We will never find out as well, but would have been an interesting one. We're going to see a Vigoroth coming in here. Doesn't really matter that they have an Cargo in the lead, because we have 2 Dragon types that are also part ground typing in the back. We're going to be able to resist the fast move no matter what. So I don't really care too much about this matchup here. Just going to be able to go ahead and go for another Body Slam. I'm going to be able to get both shields from the opponent, which is totally fine for me. I'm going to use one shield onto my Garchomp here right now in order to keep it healthy, but we're going to be able to get a ton of energy out of this matchup here right now. And Garchomp having access to the move Phantom, going to have a double super effective move against that one, but also we have Outrage for the incoming Broguiere here with Razor Leaf. Bye-bye there. And the opponent going to have not only their Cargo, and they're going to forfeit this game here, as you can see. Remember this one here as well. Very nice for us. Let's take a look at the next opponent. We're going to see the Cargo in the lead. A very decent one for us. Again, we're going to see a Jumpluff coming in. This is not ideal. Should have most likely stayed in for a little bit. Went ahead, go for some Body Slams, like taking the move and then maybe swapped out. Like this, it's going to be a little bit of a tough one, because I think they're going to be able to outspeed me to the next charge move. I think we usually get to the moves at the same time, but of course, with the delayed swap in from me, this was a little bit awkward for me. But you know what's also a little bit awkward? The matchup against the Cargo now, because I actually should have just went for the Earth Power here to knock them out, but they're going to let this move go through. I can go for another Dragon Claw here, forcing a shield. They are forced to go for a charge move here against me now. They're going to go for the shield, which is nice. They have to kind of try to knock me out here with an Overheat or something. They're going to go for the Rock Tomb, still enough already. We're going to see a Trevenant coming in here. What we're going to do here is we're going to wait out the Surge Clock, as you can see here a little bit, and we will be able to now catch the Shadow Ball from the opponent, which was a very nice nice play by me. And now we're gonna go for the Body Slam spam. Bulldoze is the better move to go for here, but I didn't really want to risk all the energy, so I'm just gonna go for the Body Slam spam. I usually just go for the Body Slam spam because I feel better with that one. Don't know why, don't ask me. But we already got them super low. They're gonna go for the Seed Bomb, doesn't knock me out, I can knock them out, allowing me to go for another charge move here. I wasn't sure if I died from one Incinerate, so I only went for one fast move here. I wouldn't have died, but I'm still going to be able to get to the next charge move here. Going to be able to knock out the opponent, and Garchomp is coming in clutch again. Next opponent, let's take a look at this one. Venus Elite, not really ideal for us. We're going to swap out immediately and we're going to face an Abomas now. What the hell? This is not what I wanted to see at all. A really bad for us, of course. They're going to be able to farm me all the way down. Now they have an energy ball stored and we're really not in a good spot right now. We're going to let this move go through here because why not? It's going to still do a lot of damage, but Venus still comes in now anyway. I don't get to my charge move, which is really bad, so I have to shield here. I kind of hope that the opponent going to let this move go through here as well, so I can farm down with my Garchomp, but it's not really looking too good here. We're going to see Macargo though coming in. That's going to be an interesting one now. We will be able to resist those charge moves from the opponent. Let's take a look what they're going to do here. They're going to go ahead and shield up the move. I'm going to go ahead and let this move go through. It's going to be a Rock Tomb here. Going to debuff my attack, of course, but I will still be able to reach this next Sand Tomb in time. Let's take a look what the opponent going to try to do here against us. They're going to shield this move up again. This is amazing for us. They can debuff me all they want. I don't really care too much about it. And Garchomp is coming in clutch again. Going to get a ton of energy and enough to reach an outrage, and the opponent knows about this one as well. And they just decide to forfeit this game. Let's take a look at the next opponent. We're going to see a Noctowl in the lead. This is going to be an awkward one, but we can just stay in here for a little bit and play this matchup out. As said before, there are no real hard counters to the Dragon type Pokemon in the back, so we don't really care too much about keeping our lead alive. This is an ABB line, but we don't really care too much about our lead being alive still. Like, it's not really ABB anyway, so it's okay. We're going to be able to just go ahead and let this next move go through. We're going to lose this lead matchup, but this will allow us to get some decent energy on our Flygon, and this will help us out against this incoming Trevenant. As you're going to see here, we will be able to reach a charge move before they reach their own charge move, but now they're going to be able to outspeed me to their next charge move, so it's going to be a little bit awkward. Most likely should try to catch a move here, but I didn't, and I'm going to just go for the full farm down against the opponent. Was it a smart idea? It wasn't, because we're going to see another Galarian Stunfisk in the back here, which is literally not ideal for us, as we're going to go ahead and have to take this Earthquake. This is not really looking too good. We're going to be able to go for one Sand Tomb here against the opponent, which will get the shield from them, which is nice. I tried to bait the potential Earth Power, but sadly, even though they're going to go for the Rock side here, there's sadly not a lot of that, or a lot that I can do here. They're going to be able to farm me down. And that's going to be it for this game. Next opponent, let's take a look at this one. We're going to see the Trevenant in the lead. Horrible lead for us. We're going to swap out immediately and we're going to get greeted by nothing. And they're going to stay in here for a little bit. And we can shield up the Seed Bomb coming in as we see a Munchlax now. Should went for the Earth Power here, and honestly, I wanted to try to go for the Dragon Claw here as well, but I think I tapped, like, you see me even tapping on it, but it was, I guess, already in the fast move animation or something, so that's really unfortunate for me, because I really want to get off my Dragon Claw, which would have helped me out so much. But like this, we're kind of stuck into this matchup here right now, and it's really not looking too good for us. We will be able to go into our Garchomp here, but unless they have, like, something like Macargo in the back, there's basically nothing I can do here. It's going to be a Galarian Stunfest though, so it's going to be an interesting matchup for us. They are already in an Earthquake after this charge move, so that I'm not going to be able to go for two Sand Tombs, but nope, they're going to not throw it immediately. For whatever reason, allowing me to go for another Sand Tomb, allowing me to get a ton of damage against them as well. Now they're going to throw it, and we will be able to still go ahead and go into our Vigoroth right now, which is still pretty healthy. Healthy enough to survive one Earthquake here right now. So while I didn't get my Dragon Claw off for whatever reason, we're still going to be able to get the win here, which is amazing for us. Let's take a look at the next game. We're going to see the Donphin in the lead. Horrible lead for us, as we're going to lose this lead matchup. We can swap into our Flygon, and Flygon going to have a great time against this opponent here, so we're going to be able to just farm them all the way down. But they're going to swap now into the Noctowl, and I'm going to try to get the CMP tie here, but it wasn't even a CMP tie, allowing me now to go for another charge move in time. But honestly, yeah, actually I'm going to go straight for it, which is good. Sometimes I forget to go straight for it, so Here we will be able to actually still even take the charge move from the opponent, which is even better for us, allowing us to go back into our Vigoroth and get a ton of energy. I'm not going to shield anything here, I'm going to try to farm them all the way down, getting as much energy as possible. The opponent is lagging a little bit, which is very nice for us, because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to farm all the way down. But let's take a look what they're going to have in the back. It's going to be the Galarian Stunfisk, allowing us to go for 1 Bulldoze here right now. Going to get a ton of damage against them. They're going to go back into the Donphan, allowing me to get off another Body Slam here, as we're going to get the Final Shield by the opponent. Going to shield this move up here was not the smartest idea, to be fair. I think Earthquake does more damage from the Galarian Stunfisk. But you know what does even more damage to a Galarian Stunfisk though? A Resisted Outrage from our Garchomp. And let's say a boom, bye to that opponent there. Basically, they have like a 1 more counter to go for, and you're going to be able to easily win this game here. So I hope you enjoyed this review for this team. This was an amazing team to play. It was a lot of fun to play. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next video.